What if everything you've been taught about money is wrong? What if working harder, getting a good job, and saving money are not enough to become financially free? These are the questions that changed millions of lives after the release of Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. The book tells the story of two fathers, one highly educated, the other a successful entrepreneur. One followed the traditional path, the other followed the path of financial education. One taught his son to work for money, the other taught him how to make money work for him. And according to Kiyosaki, that difference changes everything. Most people spend their lives chasing income. They study, get a job, work hard, receive a paycheck, pay bills, then repeat the cycle for decades. Kiyosaki calls this the rat race. The problem is that as income increases, expenses often increase as well. A bigger house, a better car, more subscriptions, more responsibilities. As a result, many people earn more money but never become wealthier. They remain trapped in a cycle where they must continue working to support their lifestyle. Rich Dad taught a completely different lesson. Instead of asking, "How can I earn more money?" he asked, "How can I buy assets that generate money?" This leads to one of the most important concepts in the book: assets versus liabilities. Most people believe they understand the difference, but according to Kiyosaki, many do not. An asset puts money into your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. It's that simple. Investments, businesses, rental properties, loyalties. These can be assets because they generate income. Meanwhile, many things people think are assets may actually be liabilities. If they constantly require money without producing income, rich people focus on acquiring assets. Middle-class people often focus on acquiring liabilities that appear to be assets. This difference creates dramatically different financial outcomes over time. Another powerful lesson from the book is financial education. Schools teach people how to become employees, but very few teach people how money actually works. Taxes, investments, business ownership, cash flow, assets, debt, financial statements. Many people graduate without understanding these fundamental concepts. Rich Dad believed financial education was one of the most valuable skills anyone could develop. Because money follows knowledge. The more you understand money, the better decisions you can make. One lesson worth remembering: many people want additional income, but never learn how to market value effectively. Whether it's a digital product, knowledge, a guide, or a skill, marketing is often the difference between something that gets ignored and something that generates income. If you'd like a practical guide that explains the process step by step, you'll find the book link in the channel bio. Now let's continue. Another key lesson is overcoming fear. Many people avoid opportunities because they fear losing money. Others avoid action because they fear making mistakes. Rich Dad taught that mistakes are often part of learning. Every successful investor, every entrepreneur, every business owner has experienced failure. The goal is not to avoid mistakes completely. The goal is to learn from them. The wealthy often view mistakes as education, while others view mistakes as reasons to quit. This difference creates a powerful advantage. Kiyosaki also emphasizes the importance of ownership. Employees work for companies. Business owners own companies. Investors own assets. The more ownership you have, the greater your ability to build long-term wealth. This doesn't mean everyone should quit their job. It means everyone should understand the difference between earning income and building assets. One creates cash today. The other creates financial freedom tomorrow. Perhaps the most important lesson of all is mindset. Poor Dad believed security came from employment. Rich Dad believed security came from financial knowledge. Poor Dad focused on avoiding risk. Rich Dad focused on learning how to manage risk. Poor Dad often said, "I can't afford it." Rich Dad asked, "How can I afford it?" That simple change in thinking creates completely different outcomes. One mindset closes possibilities. The other creates possibilities. And over years, those small differences become enormous. The central message of Rich Dad, Poor Dad is not that money is everything. The message is that financial education matters. Understanding money matters. Learning how assets work matters. Building income-producing opportunities matters. Because financial freedom rarely happens by accident. It happens when knowledge is combined with action. The people who build wealth are not always the smartest. They are often the people who learn financial principles and apply them consistently. And that is why Rich Dad Poor Dad remains one of the most influential personal finance books ever written. Thank you for listening.